Yo, 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 and we are back for another week
Hey,
of America's Mind in this piece.
Yo, and we are back.
I'm hearing an
I
echo.
had
I'm gonna try to fix that.
no, that was me. That was on
Oh,
my
yeah,
device.
okay, got you. You were
My
playing the
bad.
YouTube over in your end, yeah.
I only did that
You over
because
there doing
I
rookie
wanted. I went
mistakes,
no,
rookie
because I want to
moves.
see the comments. So thank you for everyone tuning in first and foremost. Again, my name Christopher Barris, aka Chris Harris. My man right there,
Wow,
Jamaal
you
Williams.
starting to use your real name. That's crazy.
So
That's a new
we're
development.
we're trying something very different today. And
There's a
like
reason
I
for it,
said,
too.
this is the mastermind right here. So he's put this together for us. So thank you, thank you, thank you. And before we dive right in right away, we have 16 subscribers, man.
I
Like,
know. And I'm gonna celebrate all my milestones. I'm gonna
man, like
celebrate all my
I'm low key,
milestones.
I'm like so
I
excited.
almost bought a cake with 15 on it. It was the
You would have
idea
had to buy
was
another one just to put one on. Because every subscriber is important to us. And thank you so very much. I definitely appreciate you guys. I'm glad that I'm not boring you guys to death here and things like that. So from me, from Mr. Williams as well, truly thank you guys for that. And moving forward to continuously keep hey, we're not making music, so I can't say he bringing the hits, but we're gonna be trying to just bring you guys some content that's interesting and fruitful and entertaining at the same time. So, we already have comments. Hello, congratulations to the Rams.
that's my team. That's my team. Hey, I am a lifelong LA fan. And the Rams are in LA, so now I'm a Rams fan. I done left Philadelphia. Yeah, I've been there, but I've never lived there. But I was an Eagles fan because of Michael Vick, and now that era is over. Michael Vick been left, and I stuck with them for like 8 more years.
Congratulations to the Rams. You know what? I want to talk about Inglewood per se for a hot moment, not to be a dummy downer or anything like that. I
Debbie
was
Downer.
really, I was really disappointed that they created a block to only allow Southern Cal or uh, Los Angeles County individuals purchase tickets for this particular game that they just had today. And I understand it's a rival game and things like that. But I just think that was just kind of like a really sour taste in my mouth from a fan's perspective. I
Wait,
don't
wait.
know how
What are
you.
you talking about exactly?
So basically, what happened was that the Rams, the stadium, only sold to Southern California individuals and LA County individuals. They blocked people
I
that were living up north to purchase tickets.
I saw that, and 49er fans kind of banded together on social media to get enough of them in the building from LA, right?
The part that saddens me the most about that was just that, well, for one, how do you tell people how to spend their money, for one, on a
Mm-hmm.
more different level? But then two, like, it's a playoff game and it's a rivalry game.
There's a lot
So
of
I
that going around now, telling people how to spend money and do such and such and such and
we could
such.
talk about that all day. So you're right. So I have just a mild problem with that. Like, I don't want to bash on the win for Los Angeles tonight, but I think it would have been more fruitful for me. I'm speaking from personal feelings that if they wouldn't have did that, I would have gave them more kudo points. Like, okay, that a good win, but to kind of set the stage the way they did, it was like that's like saying that
Yeah.
when the Lakers played the Celtics, that Celtic fans, or let's flip it. Lakers go play in the Garden, and they say LA people can't come in the Garden. You know what I mean? Like that would cause a ruckus. Like, what you mean we can't come in here? We don't like y'all anyway, so we want to be in here so when y'all lose, we could talk our crap in the garden. I mean, but and I think I did. I think I named the arena wrong, so excuse me on that. But yeah, but
No, it's SoFi Stadium. That's what you said,
okay.
right? Yeah.
So so yeah, I'm just like, I don't know. I don't want to think politics because I don't want to go that direction tonight.
Listen, it's simple. You being petty, you being petty. I always like the petty. I don't hate it. But you
Okay,
being petty, and so you just gotta let that go, and just say keep the congratulations to the congratulations.
you're right. Congratulations, Rams. Congratulations to Cincinnati
What they
tonight
do?
as well.
Oh yeah, they pulled out the upset.
Yeah,
Yeah, I wasn't
this
even thinking about
playoff
them.
has been an upset because we know who was supposed to be there, but
Oh, I know who you think was supposed to be there. The
but
retiring man.
yeah, actually, I wanted to talk about Tom
I'm,
Brady.
I, that's what
You
you're
kind
talking about. You brought it
of okay.
up. All right, so
So Tom Brady, his accomplishments as a I don't know, I don't think you're a fan, but
of Tom Brady,
yeah,
no,
okay,
but I'm not a hater either. I'm not anti Tom Brady. I just
okay.
was never on Team
So, like
Tom
in your
Brady.
personal
I was
feelings,
never
how do
on
you
Team Brady.
feel like that he's stepping down? Like
Coming from a neutral place, I feel like Tom Brady might be the greatest quarterback ever.
okay,
Yeah. See,
I
him stepping down, like he could have did that. I might have still said that, but I think there would have been a little more doubt. But after he left the Patriots and in his first season with a new team, won the Super Bowl, it's like, all right.
like
Like
yeah,
in my lifetime at least, in the era that I've existed in, which is like the 80s, 90s, 2000s, 2010s, Tom Brady's been it. For the last 22 years, most of my life, Tom Brady has been winning Super Bowls.
yeah. When you think about it like that, and I'm like me being
Yeah.
a New England Patriot fan, like I kind of got on the bandwagon a little bit before their success.
Mm-hmm.
And like I shared before, for people that didn't know that why I became a New England Patriot fan, because they talked about Dallas, they always talked about Green Bay, they always talked about Pittsburgh, uh, and there was a few other teams. They always talked about Frisco, another team. They always would talk about, and they were like, "Well, hey, we have this New England team here. They won like 10 games. They're up in their division." And I don't know what sports guy it was, but he like literally like went like this. He just waved them off.
And that
And
was like what year?
that was like in 98.
I don't know like if people see this. Chris has a weird ability to be a savant about sports. Like he knows weird shit. He remembers weird shit. He'll remember what shoes somebody was wearing during a game, what gear they were wearing, how many points they had. Like he has that's his superpower. Rem-
Yeah, and yeah, it was like 98. And because I'm not really a football fan, well, I like that at that time, I kind of was really chasing like basketball still, advocate of the sport. Um, but yeah, so when he weighed them off, I was like, oh, they're like an underdog. Oh, they're kind of like me. That's how I
mm.
took it. So I was like, because people don't expect Chris to do certain things, and we'll talk like later on in the future about that. But I was like, huh. But they won 10 games. So it can't be like just all luck. So I started rooting for them, and it just so happened that the following year when they actually got to the Super Bowl, or
So you
not a
got
little,
attached because you were rooting for the underdogs, and they just
yeah.
happened to be one of the greatest
And
teams
well,
in the
what
history.
happened that Bledsoe went down. It was like the number 11 went down, and then we got a 12, Tom Brady.
When Tom Brady retired yesterday, I was like, I knew his story that he was kind of an underdog himself, and I was like, what place did Tom Brady get drafted in?
199th. I believe he was like the second to the last pick or the last pick in the entire draft.
Man, that's incredible.
So you
It's
talk.
hard to go from second to last pick to greatest quarterback ever.
Well, you know what? Just putting in the work. Basically, when you get the opportunity, you maximize on it. And more people need to do that in real life. Maximize on the time that you have. The worst thing that most people have is that they feel like they have tomorrow
Mm-hmm.
or they have next week.
Oh, I got something to talk about on that later too.
So yeah, so that's like that's the number one thing. But going back to the topic with Tom Brady, like Tom Brady to me, I really just like his demeanor, like as just a person. He's a real life person, and I don't mean that
It
like
seems like it, like he's down to earth.
yeah, like he's a dad. You know what I mean? Like he's a dad, he's a husband. You know what I mean? Like guy that could just be at the grocery store just getting some cookies and a box of cereal at 10 in the morning because I'm just, hey man, I just
And
wanted
he's
to
married to a supermodel.
like and like I just like that humble part about him and things like that. But he does have like that really secret competitive edge of him wanting to win and wanting to be better.
I don't think
You
it's
know,
secret at this point because for the last 5 years, his story has been, "Are you leaving?"
well,
Maybe
yeah,
longer than
yeah.
that. Like, "Are you
Well,
leaving?" The
I
Patriots was like, "You out of here?"
I
They
personally
grit.
sorry, that's good. I personally like that he retired the way he did
Mm-hmm.
because it's not traditions. Like most people, like Brett Favre, for instance, no shot to him. Brett Favre retired because he got injured. You know what I mean? And there are some other athletes in different professions in different sports that they retire on top. Jordan did it the first time. No, I'm sorry, the second time he retired because Jordan retired once, came back, won three more, retired again, then came back, went to the Washington, retired again. So Mike's retired three times from the game of basketball. But the way like Brady did it, it was like he could have retired last year and he could have just sealed the deal. But it was like he gave us like an extra chapter to kind of like marvel at it. He gave us a couple
Yeah,
more pages to read, and I think it was really awesome. And the Bucks had a really good chance, but then they had a lot of obstacles, and then they actually
that was
lost.
a rough game. It
Yeah,
was. It was. The whole game was rough, and then Tom Brady did. Tom Brady came back, and they just had too much time on the clock, and you
yeah,
can't. You know.
yeah. So it was just like it was like, damn. Like we all like the whole world, like he had the world in his hand where it's like if there was 30 more seconds,
That's how the best goes out, though. Like it wasn't. It wasn't the player. It was the game.
yeah. Like if he had 30 more seconds on the clock, we know. Like
If
we
something
ain't
could have
even
happened.
yeah, we're not even
Don't,
having that
you
conversation.
don't doubt that he got close to the field goal line. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
It would have
easy.
been.
Easily, easy. So so just Tom, if he ever watches this, hopefully he does one day. You never know, but thanks from a fan's perspective. Thank you to just being just a great team player. Because when you hear about the players that he's played with, and you hear about uh, how he is in the locker room and on the field and things like that, like you really awesome guy and things like that, and a lot of success in Pat's organization, and the Buccaneers are really thankful, I'm sure too, because he brought them a title, and I believe the last time I think they won something was in 1999 or 98 when they beat the Raiders, I believe.
That
When
wasn't
they
their first. I didn't know that wasn't their first.
no, yeah, they beat the Raiders. That
No,
was
yeah, yeah, yeah. Not Tampa Bay. Yeah, I'm tripping.
yeah,
I'm thinking something else.
yeah. So so yeah, so cool points to Tom Brady, things like that. Did you want to share your information, or did you kind of want me to just, you say you had a story for us? or you want to wait for that a little later?
Well, you had something to say about Pau Gasol. I really don't know what it is.
Oh,
But
oh,
you,
oh
I
yeah.
feel like you giving out roses. This what you said you was gonna do last week. We was just gonna start giving out roses.
So you're
I ain't
right.
got. All right, go ahead.
I I wish that we were like in the same place because I could have. I had an awesome picture of this guy, but we'll show it
Pau
next week.
Gasol.
Well, just of him. So I wanted to talk about Paul Gasol. Um, Powell and Kobe have really made it evident that they're really good friends when
Hmm.
uh, Gasol was acquired, and they just gravitated. You know what I mean? And I think it carried outside of basketball and things like that. And even like when Powell was going to retire and when Kobe was still alive, he raved about, hey, this guy's jersey needs to be next to mine. Let's not forget. If he doesn't come over here, we don't get two more championships, period. So he gave like Gasol like a tremendous amount of credit, and he did. Because when Gasol came over, Lakers was contenders. That was it.
Yeah,
When he came over, they were in
automatically.
instant contention, and went to the finals 4 times, captured 2 championships out of the 4 trips, I believe, or 3 trips. So, a wonderful thing. The thing that I really love about Paul Gasol and the thing that I'm starting to respect to him from a man's point of view is that he continues his relationship with his family. And I've seen tons of pictures of Gasol and his wife, his child, and Kobe's girls. And I'm not saying that no one else is doing it or anything like that, but I've seen just so much content of it on social media, and I don't think it's like blast to like make a point, but it's just like Gasol's there, like he's Unc. The kids know him as Unc, and he's there, active, like daily. I want friends like that in my life, like straight up.
I couldn't have had a conversation like that last night.
Yeah, I want
Coincidentally.
I want friends like that in my life, like you know what I'm saying. I think that I'm that guy in some of my friends' life, and I think I do have some of my friends in my life that are like that with me. So I'm thankful for that,
Hmm.
and I think that just more people need to be more like that because that's such a wonderful thing.
I agree. I didn't
So
know all that was going on.
yeah,
That's
like
news to me.
yeah, like he's there for birthdays. He's built basically. He's like in a sense like doing what Kobe would have probably been doing if Kobe was here.
Hmm.
Just being that person just to get them to where they got to go. Like he's building things for them, and he's there. He's active in their life. And they're just creating just a bond. Just a lot like with the Paul Walker situation when Van Diesel walked his daughter in her wedding and gave her away. That was a wonderful thing as well. Like I need friends like that. Period.
Yeah, yeah. I
I, I,
agree.
I'm saying it. You ain't my friend like that. I don't want it. I'm joking, but no, but
No,
for real.
no, no. Oh, well, yeah, it's a joke because
No,
everybody
I'm
isn't
joking. I
gonna
don't
do
want nobody
that.
to say, "Nah, Chris, what you mean?" You know how that's gonna go. But no, but like on the for real tip, like we need to spend more. We need to have more positive energy towards each other. I think like, and I don't want to like sound like that, but like when you go to social media and you follow the content, it's like everything is a money based. Everything is about pushing money, making money, and money is a great thing. It's a great tool,
It's
but
lovely.
there's other things. There's other
Yeah, there
things,
are other things.
and I think that it gets really overlooked, especially like in the relationship fashion.
Hmm.
Where
Oh yeah, yeah. You gotta. If you're not doing it, making the money, then nothing else of you is
well,
valuable.
yeah, it's like,
And
oh, but we'll bump that, get the bag, or hustle together, grind together, like all the sayings that I be reading. And I'm like, yeah, it's cool to do the Bonnie and Clyde thing, but then it's like we gotta have a point here.
the
It needs
Bonnie
to
and Clyde thing sucks. The Romeo and Juliet thing sucks, but it's like romanticized. The
yeah,
the
that's true.
the one Yeah, like that's why the ride or die chick is a thing because it's almost like they expect to die in a relationship, and that's how it's gonna end. They got to die in a blaze of
I don't want that.
hood shit.
I don't want that.
Nah, you want the thing where y'all live together for 30, 40 years. Y'all built some
I
stuff.
want the happily
Probably
after
have a
after
couple
happily ever
kids.
after the end. You
Right,
know.
and then people are sitting around talking about you when you gone, and they talk about your family and everything that, and your family is there, right? Your kids or whatever.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. So, and that's what I want. But back to Casal, if Pal ever watched this, man, that's a wonderful thing, dude. Like that's some straight up that's some grown man stuff right there. That's awesome, man. You know, and I know that nobody's twisting his arm to do it. He's just doing it because that's what he wants to do. And he was just a dear friend, to Kobe Bryant, and that's just an awesome thing. It's just awesome to see. Period. On all levels. So I wanted to just shine a light on that. And like, if people want to see that, I'm sorry that I couldn't put the picture up today. But if you want to see it, if you follow Vanessa Bryant, she did post it on her Instagram. Awesome picture of the girls along with his daughter. And it was just like an epic
Hold on, let me
classic,
see if I can find it real fast.
like picture. It was really, really good like picture. And I just, like, when I saw it, I just was like, wow, that's amazing. That's awesome sauce. So kudos, man, to the Casal family and things like that, for just being awesome people. And everyone out there being awesome too. Even though I don't see you guys, but hey, there's a lot of people doing awesome things out there. So, if you're being awesome out there in the world, man, congrats to that as well, man. Be awesome every day. You know, do that. For real, really do that. So, uh, I don't want to put you on the spot back, Mr. Williams, but
Oh yeah,
so
yeah.
you had okay, I'm quiet. You say you had a interesting story or a story to share. So
Oh man, I went through some drama this week.
uh-oh.
I didn't expect it to be drama, but well, you know what? I didn't expect it to be, but only because I didn't think about it. But
Mm-hmm.
usually in these situations, some things go astray because emotions are high. So I had
Mm-hmm.
an aunt that passed away
Okay.
on the 19th.
Sorry for your loss.
Right. So got to fly out to Chicago for the funeral, and the trip it was a bunch of us. Cause like we have an LA group, we have pods in our family. LA group, a Texas group, a Chicago group, an Alabama group, a Florida group, a Tennessee group, right? So the LA group is flying out together. Me and my wife missed our flight, so we had to wait a couple hours layover. That's my
Ooh.
fault. But eventually we get there. We get there a couple hours later. The family picks us up. It's cold in a mug in Chicago right now.
Ooh.
Man, have you ever been in snow?
I once in my life, and it
Once?
hurts.
It hurts. It feels
Yes, because
bad.
it penetrates through everything, and then your limbs are just cold and hurting.
Yeah, like your fingers, your ears,
Yeah, yeah,
your
yeah, yeah,
feet.
yeah,
They
yeah.
they just start being like, I'm not. It feel like they like, I'm not doing this. I'm out of here. You handle it. You handle the body. I'm.
Yeah.
I'm. They like turtle into your skin or something, and then they don't work anymore. So yeah, that's what the thing was when we got there. We were a little prepared. We wore layers, right?
Right.
Right. We wore layers. All right, so we
Okay,
wore
wait.
layers. We were,
Let's pause for those that don't know what layers are, because I think I got it. So layers, like, you had like a sweater on top of a sweater and
man, I had you got a t-shirt, a thermal, and a button up, and a hoodie with a big jacket over the hoodie. That's that's
and wait, and then the cold penetrated that.
bruh. the code was like Tyson rib shots.
Oh man.
The code was like Tyson rib shots. It was like I see this every day. I see this every day. pop, 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 pop. And you know, we had gloves,
Oh my God. Because I'm
two
like
pair of socks.
I'm in my room chilling, and it's like when you said that, I'm like, I got hot. Like, okay, like,
Before I did the show, I literally came from the airport. I tried to sit down for a second, then I had to start setting up to do this, and then started. Right before we started, I was like, I got two pair of sweatpants on under my jeans. That's why I'm hot right now. I was just sitting here like, why am I hot? I forgot that I went to the airport in layers. So I'm sitting back in Cali on my couch. I got two pair of sweatpants on. And it's like, damn. All right, so I just realized that before we came in. But yeah, that was a little tough. I've been in it before, but it's been a long time.
I don't think you could ever get used to that.
Nah, I don't think
I
so
love
either.
the cold, but I don't like to be warm either. So it's like
Everybody there complaining too. We just all complaining. They don't even know I'm from somewhere
well,
else because
you
we complaining the
California,
same. Yeah,
California. If
we
you know
spoiled.
if that weather's like 71, it's a complaint.
Yep,
You know,
we were on the plane back. Like, yeah, we're approaching Los Angeles. The temperature is about 70 degrees, and I was like, oh my god, please! It was so exciting. It was such an exciting. All right. So we get to the airport. It's cold. We all got an Airbnb. Airbnb had a few rooms, so all six of us could stay there.
okay.
Airbnb was trash, yo. First of all,
Oh,
it was on the third floor of there's a name for them. Just a third floor of a 3-story brick complex. Six units, 3 on each side.
mm-hmm.
We get in there. It's cold in the Airbnb. Only in every room there's a radiator. Only 2 of them work.
Ooh.
So we get in there and we just still gonna be cold and we go freeze. And then luckily, also the TV didn't work. I wish I had this lady's contact because I would blast her right now. I wish I had her Airbnb stuff pulled up because I got some stuff to say to her. I would try to find it and send this video. It was the Airbnb was trash. Toilets clogged up. No, not a good plunger in the building.
Oh, wow.
Radiator's not working. TV is just leaning up against the fireplace. It got a Roku connected to it, but the Roku don't connect to the internet, and it doesn't have a remote, and so you can't connect it to the internet. What else was happening? There's no instructions to take the trash out. We don't know where the trash cans are, so we was just stacking trash out on the patio, trying to figure. And we were on the third floor, so I'm assuming to take the trash out, you got to walk down the outside deck to a trash can. I'm just assuming that because she didn't tell us we had to do that, but.
Oh.
But the outside deck steps they were made out of wood. They were frozen. I picked up a trash bag one time and stepped on one of the steps, and it was like, and it was just a no for me. It's not something that's about to happen. But anyway. Blah, blah, blah. All right, so Airbnb trash.
So I don't want to twist the knife in you a little bit. So and all that, and you paid for this.
Yeah, we paid good money. Oh, my bad. Yeah, we paid good money to stay there. And we couldn't get in. My cousin is the one who arranged everything. She couldn't get in contact with the lady. She was leaving voicemails about the radiators, about the Roku. No, I don't think we heard from her from Wednesday to Sunday. not a peep.
I'm like, okay, you're on the third floor. That's a problem for me. It almost sounds like you guys were like brick by brick. My mama talked about that, and that the brick by brick is like in New York is the J, so something like that. So
no, we were like in the high park area.
Okay.
And yeah, so it wasn't in the hood or anything. I think it was close to where, but like Chicago, like all Chicago buildings are built the same for the most part.
They everything goes in the air.
Yeah, there's a level that goes down, and then if you rich enough, you got levels that go up. They all built the same, and the spacing of it is about, unless you live in like a big apartment unit, and there's not too many of those.
That what saddens me about that the story that you're sharing with us, and the Airbnb are not cheap, and
Nah,
the TV didn't work. But
that cleaning fee be like
my
one
mom
fifty
told me
every
I
time for
can't
no
curse
reason.
on here, so I'm trying to use the words differently in my vocabulary. But you telling me there wasn't no remote
Nah,
control to the
that's
TV,
easy, right?
revealing a sin in some type of testament.
It's,
No
and you
remote.
know, she knew there wasn't a remote because she left. If you can't find the remote, download the TV app. So you know it ain't no remote, because why would you even put that in
So
something
so
that
we
people are staying there? But look,
we
look, look, look. This is why that sucked, because we downloaded the TV app. So the internet is trash. Also, that's what we got to mention. So we connect to the internet, and we're like, oh, let's search for the device, the Roku device. Guess what? The Roku device ain't online. Guess what we can't do? We can't get the Roku device online because we don't have a remote. And so therefore that whole instruction or workaround is useless.
for this young lady, I'm gonna act like she's watching. How dare
Please.
you
Cuss her out for me.
write a BS note knowing that remote wasn't there? You sending people on the journey and you knew that remote wasn't there.
It was people like, yo, maybe it's in the
You
couch. And I was
like
kind of like,
this
it's not
like,
here because she told us it wasn't
like
here.
I'm like you supposed to be going to a service and your family went to go play Jumanji. Like you know, like where was where is the remote in this house? And there's no remote. There's
Oh,
no
shit.
remote to be found. She sent y'all on a wild goose chase from the jump. She need
Man,
her butt whooped for playing in these streets.
that is hilarious. You
Black,
don't send a note about if you can't find the remote unless you know
let
the
me tell
remote
you
ain't
how
there.
serious a remote control is to black people. A remote control is dead on serious. We will take batteries out of other things to put in a remote to make it work. Like we will kidnap batteries out of other things and put it in a remote. You will tear the house up to find the remote. You will call your kids to come to give you the remote. Like, the remote control is dead serious business. And she just knew that there was no remote
She
from the
absolutely
jump.
knew. She knew. That's what the
Your
note was
your
for.
your Chicago experience has been a disaster.
So far. And this, hey, the plot thickens.
Oh, there's more. I'm
Oh, you
listening.
thought that was the story?
Yeah, because
It's parts of the
look,
story I'm gonna
look.
leave out for the benefit of the people involved because they family. I'm not gonna talk about parts of the story, but I'm
Uh-oh.
gonna skim about this one part because
Okay, I'm listening.
it's very vital to the reason we went out there and how that went, right?
I'm listening.
And I think people will relate to this because when you have situations like this with a lot of family together, flying out to a funeral, there's in the immediate family there's transactions going on,
Okay.
things getting handed down,
Mm-hmm.
things getting divvied up, emotions are high, aspirations are high. All right, so we go to my aunt's funeral. It was a good service. I enjoyed it. It was a little too long. I'm not, maybe because like nobody's a fan of funerals, you don't want to be there. It's a couple hours, but it was
Ooh.
great. No, nothing to complain about other than the
Okay.
time.
Okay.
Nothing that happened during the service was
Good
agree.
reminiscence.
Right.
Reminiscent.
Cool.
I think funerals could get that long when they allow people to go up there and talk. I think that's
That's
where.
not what happened. I don't necessarily know what the why it was long. There was just a lot of things to get through. It wasn't necessarily people talking or being long with it.
Mm-hmm.
but it was just it was a long script basically.
Okay.
The itinerary was long, or maybe they planned for it to be short and it ended up longer than they thought. So no fault on anybody, right?
Okay.
So all right, I have to try and word this delicately because I don't want to say who and who and who and who, right?
Yeah.
But one of my aunt's children is the person that inherited the house.
Okay.
So usually after a funeral, you go to the, person's house, everybody hangs out, talks, have family time. You try and get the anxiety off, the
Yeah, you
pressure
can do a
of the
repass
loss.
there. You can do
There you
different
go. That's
foods.
the
Yeah.
word. That's the word that that's the word that I was thinking, but I wasn't gonna just necessarily say it, right? So that was like canceled off top. Not surprise, not as a surprise, but it was just canceled like it never was gonna happen. But some of the siblings of the person who passed wanted to get together and do that. So they
Okay.
went back to my aunt's house to for a makeshift repass, which is fine. All right, so it seemed like some people knew it was a bad idea. We get there, and the person who is now in ownership of the house, who's a daughter of my aunt,
Uh-huh.
thought. And look, let me give this disclaimer. I understand what it's like to lose a. No, I don't. I don't understand what it's like to lose a parent. I understand that she lost a parent, and that you might not always be in your right head, or your emotions might not be together. But
Hmm.
basically, right, she kicked everybody out in loud and exorbitant fashion.
Like literally. So when y'all came over, you guys were removed.
It was good for like 3 minutes, right? We came over. We were thinking about, what food should we order? She was making suggestions. Then we got to the point where people started sitting on the couch. Everybody's gathered around, and it seemed like it just switched. Like she got on the phone with somebody. Like I said, we wasn't having no repass. Now these people here, you know what that sounds like,
Mhm.
right? And so then I was like sitting there, like, ooh, I think we need to leave. And so that escalated into her yelling at siblings. Uh, Everybody sitting there uncomfortably. Cuss words getting thrown. Arguments getting
Mhm.
escalated. I'm
Yeah.
already standing up telling people I'm trying to convince my cousin that we needed to leave, but she really wanted to be there because this was her grandmother, and she kind of wanted to, maybe take some sentiments or just be in the environment that she knows her grandmother's house. She
Well,
wasn't, she wasn't hearing me like let's leave, but I was. It got to the point where everybody was like, okay, we leaving. So that was the biggest drama. It doesn't sound dramatic because I have to leave so much shit out. I can't.
I'm the master of reading between the lines, so I already
Mm,
know that something was said.
mm-hmm.
I already know it might have been a chair thrown. It might have been some
Not,
objects
you know
moving
what?
around.
Nothing got violent. Here, I'll just like give you this tidbit. Like, does your mom have a sister?
Yes,
All right. Imagine your mom passing, and your mom's sister comes to her house afterwards, and you kick her out.
and I kick her sister. I kick her sister out.
You kick your aunt out the house,
Oh, that's a bad thing.
right? So that's all. That was that story. That's
That's
that
really.
story, and that's what I got from it.
I would first say I would first apologize to you for going through that. You know what I mean? Like that's really unfortunate. Um, wow. I'm like, I'm gonna leave that alone because that's family, and I know family is a touchy.
I'm just sharing stories. Yeah,
But
that's
so you need to we need to go back to Chicago. We need a reset. We need a revenge Chicago trip. Like And it's gonna be called that a revenge Chicago trip because we need remote controls. We need
Working
instructions
toilets,
on how
or
to throw
if
away trash. We
we
need
need working
functional
radiators.
toilets. We need that cold to be outside. Cold inside is bad. We don't want cold inside. Like cold, you got all this outside. Why you want to be in here to me?
We
I'm trying
need
to
working
be
internet. Hey,
working
it
in
was bad.
that. Wow. I'm not even gonna
Yo,
lie.
my final straw. We had a couple bad days, and then the coldest day we were there was the day of the funeral. So we got there Wednesday. We were there Thursday. The funeral was Friday. That was the coldest day. And after that day was over, we were there Saturday, and everybody has started to calm down. We not watching TV. We all hanging out as family. Every night we have family over and kind of hung out together. So we got over it a little bit, and then
You know what?
on Saturday night, the toilet gets clogged, and so my cousin's like, "Yo, Jamaal, the toilet's clogged. Go in there, see what's up with it." I go in there, get the plunger. I'm like, "It's easy,
Yeah, you know.
she like, don't look in there. I'm like, I gotta look in there to fix it. I seen poop. It's no big deal. I'm thinking I'm just finna get this plunger, do what the thing do with the plunger,
We
and
got
walk out and be like, yeah, okay, and forget about that ever happened. So we go in there. I get the plunger, start trying to use this plunger is so freaking flimsy. It's like she bought this plunger at the dollar store 5 years ago. Like you pump it, then it's inverted. Like the other side is a pump.
look. I don't mean to react like that. That's like one of the things in life I hate the most with the plungers. Like they do that stupid thing, and then you gotta touch it to
Yeah,
reset.
what I did, I would use the edge of the toilet seats to like pop it back up, then try to do it again. I did this for like 20 minutes.
Oh my god!
I drained most of the water out of there, yo. Just using this rinky dink plunger. And then, we're like, okay. It was like a prayer in the night. Cross my fingers. Hopefully, when I flush it, it'll create the pressure and it'll flush down. Flushed it. It was like starting over again. And then I just kind of put the plunger in the bathtub, and I got frustrated because my dad came in and said something that he thought was an easy fix, and by that time, I didn't want to hear no easy fix answers.
Like, like, oh my
I was
god!
like, I'm going.
Like
We went and talked about it for a second, and then we went to bed.
that lady that gave y'all that Airbnb has
I'm gonna
been
find her, yo.
has been ranked as trash can juice for the week. Like no functionable toilets, no radiators working, and salty plungers.
No replies. It's just
And no
it's
reply.
too
I'm
much
not even
too
going to
much
say
on the list.
salty plungers. I'm going to say unsatisfactory plungers because when you get a U on a report card, that means that you didn't complete the task at hand, and that just made things worse.
Yo,
So
she gets a U on the report card.
I,
And
I,
it's unfortunate because the actual property is a great spot to have it's a great spot to have an Airbnb, and it's a great unit.
maybe
It
she
just
was.
has
I
it
don't know.
just has a
I don't.
slum lord.
I was about to give her like a little window of chance. Like no, she dropped the ball on this one.
It's an excellent spot to have an Airbnb in Chicago. That's why we were excited about it. This not no it wasn't one of the places where Chicago. It wasn't
Mm-hmm.
one of those places. And it was the actual unit is good. It's cool, solid. It just has a slumlord running it, and so nothing is functional.
Okay. Okay.
What up,
That's
pops?
that. Oh, that's my brother-in-law right there. But
Okay, okay.
that's bananas. I don't want to rave too.
I'm
I
just
like
saying.
that. I don't even want to rave too much more on that because I don't want to put you in that time machine.
Shout out me, Kevin.
Hey. But
Yeah, yeah.
man,
Go ahead. My bad.
like, no, 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 you're good, dude. No, I apologize. So, revenge trip to back to Chicago. I don't know what we're gonna do in Chicago, but revenge trip. That's what it's gonna be called. So, when we do the investigation on these properties, we're gonna ask for the remote controls, functionable toilets, and instructions on where to throw the trash away. And then please have a good plunger. Have that good plunger that not only has a sticky part, but it has, I mean, that little plunger part, but the extra little part on the bottom. You know what I'm saying? Like I want the good, I want the plunger where it's like, and then boom, it's a flush. We're done. You're like, if I gotta, if I'm plunging more than 5 minutes, I'm upset.
Yeah. So that's my Chicago story. Woke up this morning. We went to the airport. Had a cool. We went to Chili's because we had some time to spare. I usually don't, advocate for Chili's, but the burger I had there was excellent. The flight was excellent. Watched a cool movie. Got back to California just in time for the game, and I'm sitting here with you now in nice warm weather. So that's the
I,
end. Of
and I thank you for that because I didn't think we were gonna do a show today. I knew that you were gonna push to do
Yeah,
that,
yeah,
and you
yeah.
made it happen. So it's happening now. So I thank you for that, man. And man, uh,
All right. So
so
you wanted to have this convo. Go
yes, I
ahead.
want I want to dive in a little deeper because we've been talking about the I call it the birds and the bees,
Mm-hmm.
and I think that's just very relevant. Period. What I mean by the birds and the bees, it's just the relationships between men
It's
and women.
basically women understand men?
So I want to go in a little further because I think that some women, I'm going to say, don't
You have to, because they'll come
understand
for
or
your head.
know. They don't understand or they don't know how a man operates. See, I think some women are lost in that. We know how women operate, at least percentage wise. I think that some women, with their knowledge on how a man truly operates, I think is lower than how I think we stand more on that versus them. Because like when you ask like most women, what does a man need or what do you think? Like a lot of women
Oh, yeah, yeah. They don't know
start
that
with sex.
answer.
They start with sex, like most of the
Yeah.
time. It's like, oh well, if I f him good or if I'm
They
giving it
lead
up,
with sex and then they start saying like regular traits about people.
yeah. And so I think that, and I think I'm not trying to blame women again or make them wear the jacket. This is their last week
Yes, you
wearing
are. Yes, you are. I promise you,
it.
they off punishment after this week, but next week you go find a reason to put them on
I'll,
punishment
I'll
again.
find they no, don't blame Mr. Barris on this. They will give me a reason. I won't look for a reason. It'll just be
Present.
sprinkled on me.
It be
You
dropped in
know,
your lap, right?
it'd be like, oh, here you go, Chris. Oh, there's some more for you. And then I'll be like, wait, ah, new evidence. So like I was having a conversation with my older brother, and I was kind of just raving a little bit about it, like just giving some examples. Excuse me, on what I think. I know why women or some women don't understand men because they don't do it, and the reason why I say that when a woman gets in jeopardy with certain things in her life,
Wait, because they don't do what?
well, that's the thing. They don't do nothing that we care about.
Oh, they don't understand it because they don't try to do anything about
So,
it.
like, if like a like like for instance, do men care about nails?
Nails?
Getting their
No,
nails done.
nah.
Do we care about eyelashes?
Oh, that's worse. That's lesser down on the menu than nails.
Do we care about like outfits and things like that? Do we care about handbags? Do we
No,
care?
we don't care about handbags, outfits. I feel like that's too of a general question. We want you to look presentable, but that's about it.
Yeah, yeah. Like, like like a woman will go, she'll find a way to go and spend some money on something that we don't need. That doesn't do nothing for us in the relationship. That doesn't do nothing for me in the relationship. I'm not knocking women that do that. But what I'm saying is that women will do this continuously.
Look, Randy say
Women
I'm
will
lying.
go to the nail shop every single week, right? She
Randy say
will.
I'm lying. Look, I don't care about. I don't care about the stuff that women do to their toenails. Are you talking about keeping your toenails cut and painted? That's like
I don't want to be stabbed to death when I'm laying next to you by a
right, but
toenail.
like
You're right.
going to get them done and making them purple, I don't care about.
Yeah, and I don't want to be stabbed to death and die in the bed by laying next to a beautiful woman with a pinky toe that has the ability to just slice me down the middle, and then I bleed to death, and the rest is history.
I
No,
think
I'm
she thinks I care because I have a preference. Like if it's like, oh, what kind of paint such and such do you like? I got a thing.
it,
I got an answer.
in a man's perspective, if it's important to her, that's what see this is where I feel like we have a little bit more of an edge. Because it's important to her, we'll give her the answer that she wants to hear.
That's
In a
men
sense,
learning women. The reason I have an answer is because I've learned women. My
absolutely.
answer is French tip. Why do I know what that is? Because because women do that, and it's like, okay, which one do I like then? Since that's what they go do, so I learned
Yeah.
the one I like.
And my thing is that I feel like, and like I said, my brother was really like cracking up laughing when I was giving him examples and things. But what I was telling him, I was like, some women, especially like when they're single, and I'm not bashing on single women. When a woman gets to that point where it's just like she wants to build herself, she wants to get razzle dazzle, she does everything else but fix her attitude.
And you know,
I
it's
have to
fun.
say,
I listened to a conversation last week where they were asking women, "What do you do? What do you like when? What do you do for the first date to provide something? You know, like they were. I think they were specifically asking financially, what do you provide for the first date? And their answer was they fix themselves up. They put eyelashes on and
we
paint
don't
their nails and
care.
get their hair done, and they were explaining it as if they were paying for that for us. Like that's not something they do. Like
That is
it's
for
like they
them.
wasn't doing that so they can go to work on Monday too. It's,
Yeah, and see that's the thing. Like, like they will fix everything else but the elephant in the room. You know what I mean? And
mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
it's like, wait a minute, you're doing all of this, and you will be hell bent on it. But then it's like you won't try to use a different tone when you're talking to me. Try to fix your attitude. Try to do something spontaneously different. And then I don't mean sexually. You know what I
I think
mean?
that I think that's a bigger problem than what we're talking about. It's like more of a do you do what makes you happy, uh, find what makes you happy. Everything that you want will be manifested
Well,
and come to you. It's that whole idea that they don't think they have to try to do anything because they
like
just have to be the best them, the happiest them, and
and there's
that
nothing
somehow the
wrong with
happiest
there's
them
nothing
makes
absolutely
like
wrong with even what I'm saying. There's nothing wrong with that at all. But what I'm
it's
saying,
nothing wrong with that
if you
if you
but
working on you, but if you
exactly,
working on being for somebody else, then you kind of got to be like, it ain't all that what makes you happy.
like I'm
Some
gonna keep
stuff
it
has to be
100.
right for other people.
I'm gonna keep it 100 right now. Not saying I've been lying the whole time. Like, why you think half the reason why I got a beard? Half the reason was for me, but there's a reason for
It,
them.
it's almost 50-50 for me because
Because
I
women,
think I would
women
shave a
are
lot
into
more.
beard.
I think I would
Yeah,
shave a lot more. Like I wouldn't have a beard like all like full time. It would be probably be sometimes.
yeah, like women are into kind of beard. So I'm like, okay, cool. So let me get one. I kind of look cool in it, but then at the same time, I like the energy that I'm getting from the women too. So that's something that we both can like. It benefits both of us. You know what I'm saying? Just like if I go and work out, or if I decide to work out, or I'm working out, yeah, parts of it is me, but parts of it is the energy that I'm getting either from my woman, or if I'm single, from the women. So that's what I'm saying. Like, men do things to attract women always. There's
Mm.
some parts of us that it's like, yeah, we could be a little bit more selfish where, yeah, we'll get a Corvette. It's a two-seater. Oh, well, where am I going to sit? Well, I kind of didn't want you to sit in the car at all. That's why I got this car. Oh, but you know what I mean?
I
Like,
wanted to disagree with you, but I think eventually, I think there's like what you said. There's levels to it. Like I think
mhm.
some dudes will be by themselves and work longer to have their pick, or kind
Well,
of
that's what
they
we're
be able to
always.
play the field more, and then some of them, some dudes are more. I'll pick something and then I'll use that for to build.
Mhm.
Some dudes are like, I'm gonna just be a
But
f
like, even
boy
like,
and
like
run through the
I would,
game.
exactly. Like, I'll use you as an example. You're a married man, and you still do things for your wife, even
Mm-hmm.
though y'all married, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because you know what she likes, you know what she wants out of you. So you're gonna still do it. You're not gonna just say, "Oh, well, we're married now. All right, cool. Let me pull out this different playbook now. I'm running a whole new set of different things." Like, you know what I mean? Like, no, like you're gonna still maintain it. I'm not saying women do that, but there are
I
some
think you
women
are. I think you are.
but there are some women that treat things like a graduation, especially like a marriage. When they
Oh
get married, it's
yeah.
like, oh, congratulations, I graduated, I got the
The work
ring,
is for the wedding.
and then now
Yeah.
everything starts to decline. Like I told my brother. So here's okay. I'll give some women some examples. So, like I was sharing with my brother, I said, you would be the best woman in the world if I came home from work and you had some buffalo wings and some Dorito chips with a beer or maybe something to drink. Like, hey, with a cheesy note. Hey, babe, I know the game comes on at 6. Enjoy your wings. Have fun. Hey, matter of fact, I got the kids at my mom's house. We'll see you later when you get back. You are the best woman in the whole world, because it's not about the damn $20 buffalo wings. It's not about the beer. It's the fact that you gave a damn to just
That
leave
sounds
me
like a good
alone and
night.
let me enjoy. Let me enjoy this without no interference. What does that do for us? We go, you know what? I'm gonna do something for her, right?
I think women don't understand that it's harder to turn down a good woman than they think. If you get like a good one, it's like hard. It's hard to mess it up. Or
You're not
and
gonna mess it up. You're not
it's
gonna
hard.
mess it
And
up.
so what happens is I think women in their head think they're good, and then when the dude bounces or
The part that here, like
sabotages the relationship,
I'm
then
gonna
they're like,
dig like
oh,
a little
I
deeper
did
because
everything.
I heard this before. Oh well, we have sex and you climax. I'm supposed to. What
Like
special
I was gonna
thing,
do that without you.
man? Look, Jamal, don't have people come kidnap you, searching on this
Man,
network. Don't have some strange people come in their house and remove you. You can't be churching too much like that.
just saying. Just saying.
like, that's what I'm saying. Like, you know, that's supposed to happen. We're sharing that together. So, is sex important to a man? Absolutely. But there are way other more components. If a woman just do certain things for me, you the best woman in the world to me. I'm gonna tell you. We gonna be out. I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna whisper in your ear. I'm gonna say something slick just because like she man. You the baddest thing here, right? You know that, right? What, girls? Man, what you mean? What you mean? When she doing her thing, you promote your girl, right? She the baddest thing. She the hottest thing in the street, and
It's the
ain't
only thing
nobody.
to do. I think that's
Ain't,
the decision every dude makes. Is like, if you get a good one, you have like choices. Do you want to mess her up or let her go or keep her? Those are the three
absolutely.
choices, right?
So I really like. I really want women to understand a man. I will say this to any woman I will say that's looking to become married or move forward in a relationship. Understand that man, or understand the fundamentals of the man. It's not all about sex. Is sex important? Yes, it is. There are other things that's important, and do things that make you relevant to him. Do things that make you attractive to him. Don't do pointless things that don't give you no kudo points with him. That makes absolutely no sense. Getting certain things that 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 he doesn't care about, what does that get you? That gets you nothing. Because men don't do that. That's why when we start trying to change ourselves or we start trying to recreate ourselves, if you notice, if you do have a woman in your life, she starts getting on your case, right?
Mm-hmm.
Why you want to work out all of a sudden? Oh, I just thought I would work out. Why? Oh, why you wearing that shirt? Why you don't like this one?
If you start moving different and she
It's
didn't
just
hear
the
about
shirt.
you doing it
But
first, yeah.
women know. Women know what other women are looking at. Oh, I can't have him wearing that. I can't have him doing that because there's other women looking. You know what I mean? We do it kind of too when a woman starts to do things that's that's outside of the examples that I gave. We kind of put them aside like, hey,
Mm-hmm.
would you what you got that perfume on? Why are you doing that one?
I think it's more obvious when women do it, but
No,
that might be a
absolutely.
different,
I
longer
agree.
discussion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I feel like that women got to really understand the fundamentals of a man. I'm gonna try on just a fly. Just what, sex isn't everything. Respect him. I think respect is the biggest thing. Period. When it comes to a man, if a man feels like he's not respected on any level, then he's going to rash out. And what I mean by rash out, he's going to disrespect you, or he's not going to respect the situation that you guys are creating. So respect is a humongous thing because see, and how do you respect the man? Learn how to talk to him. Learn how to understand him. You know what I mean? Take him serious when he talks about certain things. If he opens up to you, be honored because we don't open up to nobody really. Don't use that against him later. You know what I'm saying? Like those things, those are the fundamental things that women can do, and this will further help them get the right guy or be attracted to the right guy. You know what I mean? If you're going out here and you're getting all this glitter and glamour, but there's only certain type of guys that's coming after you, how do you expect you to get a good guy when he doesn't even respect you in the true form? Because women be like, well, I don't get hit on much if I don't dress up.
Ooh, you
Maybe
opening up
that's
a you
great.
opening up a real risky combo
Yeah. I
right
got
there.
you, man. But because my thing is just like, I had this conversation with Bridget the Gap, and I told her, I said, if you go to the store and let's say you put on your bomb everything, right? Everything in there gonna holler at you, right? So are all those dudes good picks? So be realistic about it. If you putting on a show, right? and everything's hollering at you, is every dude good for you? Every dude. Some of them dudes is gonna be married. Some of them dudes might be in a relationship. Some of them dudes might know that they not even good for you. So what does that mean? You're opening up the window to get a guy that you don't need. If you come in there with sweats and a t-shirt, and I'm let me just run in here and grab this milk and this cereal for these kids, and you got one dude that's like, "Hey, what's up, mom? Hey, can I get your attention? Hey, can I talk to you?" He don't care about that glitter and glamour. He saw potential in you. That might be a good pick. Just like if we razzle dazzle it up, we go get all of the wrong women. If I go out here and get me a truck, put some 26s on it, I'm leaning back like this. I got some drink in my hand, rolling up, doing all that stuff. I'm attracting all of the wrong women. I'm attracting a lot of women, but all the women ain't gonna be good women, right?
Yeah, most of us do that. We try to go out, get the nice car, the good clothes, the fresh whatever shoes you like, and try to
Well,
attract that way. We try to flamingo it at first, and then as you get older, you learn that it's more fundamental.
yeah. And then we learn too, because we'll run into some oopses and stuff like that, and then we'll go like, I need me a girl that just kind of like me. And then that's when we just, we try to dumb ourselves down and be plain Jane. And then if she kind of likes that, it's like, oh, you paying attention to me? Like, oh, okay, well, let me see. So, women, please do things that guys care about. Get creative. We don't care about the materialistic things. We don't really care about the money. We don't care about a boss chick like that. You know what I'm saying? Because a boss chick means that that's a girl that ain't listening. And no man, no person wants a person that don't listen. And I'm not saying we running boot camp. I'm not saying that. But I'm gonna try my best to listen to you, and it should be the same way because great men listen to their women too. I'm sure if your wife has concerns with you, Jamaal, I know that you will sit down and hear them out. I know that
Yeah,
because y'all compliment each other. You in that space, like, hey, I got a great woman, so let me hear her out. You know what I mean? You ain't trying to F it up as you should. You know what I'm saying? So, um, yeah, women really do that because you know what? I see it all too much. I see women in
you're
the
right.
streets all day doing stuff that men don't care nothing about. They don't care about none of that. At least the good guys or the good men don't, in my opinion.
I agree with you. You said a lot of facts in there, a lot of stuff that I agree with. I'm not gonna co-sign because I don't want the target on my head about that quite yet. But that is a B plus rant. That's the best Chris moment that I felt in the 5 weeks.
Yeah,
It's a good place to wrap it up, yo.
yeah,
We did
definitely,
our hour.
definitely. We're on time.
Well,
We're supposed to
you
do
know
like,
what, yo? Usually I don't care about the time, but I'm gonna be honest. I'm a little pooped out this week.
no, and I thank you again, man. Look, people out here that's watching. I've been drinking coffee, just trying to save my life. My weekend was interesting, and it wasn't interesting in a good way. You know, it was
Oh
work.
damn, what's your story, yo? Oh,
Not just
work,
work, man.
work.
Let's
Oh, okay,
work.
okay, okay.
Just work. It was working.
Yeah, I don't want to hear you complain about work.
I don't want it. I don't. My body started to like get into that mode. Like, wait, work? Are you going back? Like, no, I'm not. But no,
We here
but
next week
yes, sir. We here next week. We will be. I'm sure in the
in
same
studio.
place in the
In studio
studio.
next week.
And we'll have those pictures and stuff we talked about last week. Again, thank you for everybody that comments, for everybody that reaches out to me as well as Jamal with concerns, comments, etc. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Suggestions, everything.
Questions. 16 subscribers. Thank you guys so very much again. And I can't thank you guys enough.
When we
And
get to 20, I might throw a party. My bad.
it sounds good because we've been on for about a month now, right?
Yep.
Yeah. So
We just entered our second month, and all progress is good progress to me.
no,
You know
absolutely.
what? I love seeing that number because I remember what the first week we had 7, and then I was
Yeah,
like, okay, cool,
it was like a
7.
great jump, and then
Seven.
it's like it's been itching up
Yeah, then
and
it was
stuff.
like 9. Then it got to 10. I was like, oh, 10. I think I'm not too. I'm staying humble about this, and I appreciate every
No,
single person who has clicked the
yeah.
subscribe button.
If people that know me personally, like I said, if I could get one person's attention, that's a mission accomplished for me. Because you can, I'm not saying that I'm perfect. I'm not saying none of that. But you know, if you hear, if I can keep you entertained,
Mhm.
and if I can help you with this one thing in life, with whatever it is, that I am truly honored for that. You know,
Yeah, we're
because
doing this. We doing this to grow. We doing this to help people. We doing this to help each other. We doing this to help ourselves. So the process in general is help. I think is effective in those
yeah,
ways, in all of those
absolutely.
ways.
And I just can't wait for it to get bigger because a lot of people are really excited about getting on and really, conversing with us, live and with a picture up and video up.
My list
And
of people who have something to say is growing, and I've been kind of waiting till we start pushing them on, but I think we getting there. I
yeah,
think we
we
getting
might
there.
we might do it like this because it looks like it's a snippetly easier, maybe this particular way. You know what I mean?
Easy. It doesn't have to be easier. We'll see. We'll see what people like. We'll see what people like.
Yeah, so yeah, leave comments, people, please. And again, thank you. I'm talking
Yeah.
in a circle, so I'm done, man. So I am Christopher Barris,
I'm Jamaal Williams.
and we are America's mine. Well, you guys get to see the echo this time with me talking.
I'll catch y'all later.
Appreciate you guys, man. Both deaf.